Why does this book exist? Because too much order is as dangerous as too much chaos. In 12 Rules for Life, Peterson focused on the chaos that can consume us when life feels meaningless or disorganized. But in Beyond Order, he warns about the opposite danger, the suffocation that comes from excessive control, rigidity, or fear of change. This book is his map for balancing stability with adaptability. Through mythology, psychology, personal stories, and practical advice, he explores how to thrive when the unknown knocks at your door instead of hiding from it. Key takeaways. 1. Confront chaos and embrace order to navigate life's complexities. Try to make one room in your home as beautiful as possible. Balance is key. Life is a constant interplay between chaos and order. While order provides stability and security, chaos brings creativity and growth. To thrive, we must learn to navigate both. Embrace order through establishing routines, setting clear goals, creating structure in your environment. Harness chaos by remaining open to new experiences, challenging your assumptions, adapting to unexpected changes. Strive to create islands of order in your life, like a well-organized room, while remaining flexible enough to adapt to the inevitability of chaos. This balance allows for personal growth and resilience in the face of life's challenges. 2. Imagine your ideal self and strive towards it with determination. Imagine who you could be and then aim single-mindedly at that. Vision guides action. Visualizing your ideal self is a powerful tool for personal development. It provides direction and motivation for growth. Identify core values and aspirations. Create a detailed mental image of your best possible self. Set specific, actionable goals aligned with this vision. Regularly evaluate progress and adjust course as needed. Remember that this ideal self is not a fixed destination, but an evolving target as you grow and change. So too should your vision. The process of continual self-improvement is more important than reaching a final, perfect state. 3. Face your fears and painful memories head-on for personal growth. If old memories still upset you, write them down carefully and completely. Confront inner demons. Avoiding painful experiences and emotions only prolongs suffering. True growth comes from facing these challenges directly. Techniques for processing difficult memories. Journaling. Talking with a trusted friend or therapist. Mindfulness meditation. Cognitive reframing. By examining past traumas and fears, we can gain new perspectives, extract valuable lessons, and ultimately free ourselves from their grip. This process, while often uncomfortable, is essential for personal growth and emotional healing. 4. Recognize opportunities in areas of neglected responsibility. Notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. Responsibility breeds opportunity. Areas of life where people consistently shirk their duties often present unique chances for growth and success. Examples of neglected responsibilities. Workplace tasks no one wants to do. Community problems others ignore. Personal habits consistently avoided. By stepping up and taking on these neglected responsibilities, you can demonstrate initiative and leadership. Develop new skills and knowledge. Fill important gaps in your personal or professional life. Gain recognition and respect from others. Embracing responsibility, even when it's difficult, can lead to unexpected opportunities and personal growth. 5. Avoid activities that compromise your integrity and self-respect. Do not do what you hate. Honor your values. Engaging in activities that go against your core beliefs and values erodes self-esteem and leads to inner conflict. Signs you may be compromising your integrity. Frequent feelings of guilt or shame. Difficulty looking at yourself in the mirror. Making excuses for your behavior. Avoiding certain topics or people, instead of succumbing to external pressures or short-term gains. Focus on aligning your actions with your authentic self. This may require difficult choices, but ultimately leads to greater self-respect and fulfillment. 6. Question ideological thinking and seek balanced perspectives. Abandon ideology. Embrace nuance. Rigid ideological thinking oversimplifies complex issues and can lead to harmful extremism. Instead, cultivate a more balanced worldview. Recognize your own biases and assumptions. Seek out diverse perspectives, especially those you disagree with. Practice critical thinking and skepticism. Embrace uncertainty and complexity. By abandoning strict ideological frameworks, we open ourselves to a more nuanced understanding of the world. This approach fosters empathy, creativity, and better decision-making in both personal and societal contexts. 7. Dedicate yourself fully to at least one meaningful pursuit. Work as hard as you possibly can on at least one thing and see what happens. Commit to excellence. Focusing intensely on a single meaningful pursuit can lead to profound personal growth and satisfaction. Benefits of deep commitment. Mastery of skill, increased self-confidence, sense of purpose and direction, potential for significant achievement. Choose an area that aligns with your values and interests. Then dedicate yourself fully to its pursuit. This doesn't mean neglecting other aspects of life, but rather creating a focal point for your efforts and energy. The lessons learned through this dedication often transfer to other areas of life as well. 8. Create beauty in your immediate environment to enrich your life. Buy a piece of art, find one that speaks to you, and make the purchase. Cultivate aesthetic appreciation. Surrounding yourself with beauty can profoundly impact your mood, creativity, and overall well-being. Ways to beautify your environment. Display meaningful artwork. Incorporate plants and natural elements. Organize and declutter your space. Use color and lighting intentionally. Creating a beautiful living or working space isn't about perfection or expense. It's about cultivating an environment that resonates with your personal sense of aesthetics and brings you joy. This practice can serve as a daily reminder of the beauty and potential in life. 9. Transform traumatic experiences through honest reflection. If old memories still upset you, write them down carefully and completely. Process painful pasts. Unresolved trauma can significantly impact our present and future. Confronting these experiences directly can lead to healing and growth. Acknowledge the impact of past experiences. Write or speak about the events in detail. Identify patterns and recurring themes. Seek professional help if needed. By carefully examining traumatic memories, we can gain new perspectives, extract valuable lessons, and ultimately integrate these experiences into our life story in a healthier way. This process, while often difficult, is essential for moving forward and preventing past traumas from dictating our future. 10. Nurture romance and intimacy in long-term relationships. Plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationship. Prioritize connection. Long-term relationships require ongoing effort to maintain passion and intimacy. Strategies for nurturing romance. Regular date nights. Open and honest communication. Shared goals and experiences. Physical affection and intimacy. Expressing gratitude and appreciation. Remember that romance isn't about grand gestures, but rather consistent, intentional efforts to connect with your partner. By prioritizing your relationship and actively working to maintain intimacy, you can create a lasting, fulfilling partnership. 11. Resist resentment, deceit, and arrogance to maintain integrity. Do not allow yourself to become resentful, deceitful, or arrogant. Guard your character. Resentment, deceit, and arrogance are corrosive forces that can undermine personal integrity and relationships. Resentment, acknowledge grievances, but focus on solutions rather than dwelling on perceived wrongs. Deceit, prioritize honesty even when it's difficult, to maintain trust and self-respect. Arrogance, cultivate humility by recognizing your limitations and valuing others' perspectives. By actively resisting these negative traits, you preserve your integrity and build stronger, more authentic relationships with others. This commitment to character also fosters personal growth and resilience in the face of life's challenges. 12. Cultivate gratitude despite life's inevitable suffering. Be grateful in spite of your suffering. Choose thankfulness. Life inevitably involves suffering, but cultivating gratitude can profoundly impact our well-being and resilience. Benefits of practicing gratitude: improved mental health, stronger relationships, increased resilience, greater life satisfaction. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring or minimizing hardships. Instead, it involves consciously recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of life. Even in difficult circumstances, this practice can shift our perspective, helping us find meaning and strength in the face of adversity. Final thought. You've made it to the end. You've walked through each of Peterson's 12 rules, sat with his stories, wrestled with his ideas, and maybe even argued with a few of them in your own mind. Now comes the most important part, deciding what you'll actually do with it. Because Beyond Order isn't meant to be a book you agree or disagree with and then put back on the shelf. It's a book that asks you to live differently. The two forces you're always balancing. If there's one big takeaway, it's this. Life is a constant negotiation between order and chaos. Too much chaos and you're overwhelmed, anxious, directionless, scattered. Too much order and you're trapped, rigid. Afraid of change, unable to adapt. Peterson's message isn't choose one, but learn to dance with both. And that's not a metaphor you should treat lightly, because this dance will happen whether you're aware of it or not. Think of your own life right now. What's one area that feels out of control? That's chaos. What's one area that feels overly controlled? Even suffocating, that's order gone stale. If you ignore either side, it will sneak back in and take over. Why the rules aren't really rules. Peterson calls them rules, but they're more like navigational tools. They aren't about perfection, they're about orientation. A rule like do not carelessly denigrate social institutions or creative achievement isn't an order to be a polite robot. It's a reminder that the structures you live in, family, community, traditions, have value you might not see until they're gone. Likewise, notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated isn't telling you to martyr yourself. It's showing you where real growth hides, in the work others avoid. The point is direction, not dogma. The moment these rules become a cage, you've missed the whole point. The stories are the point. You may have noticed Peterson lines heavily on myths, religious parables, ancient stories, and his own clinical experiences. That's not filler, that is the delivery system. Stories bypass your intellectual defenses. You might reject a principle outright if I state it as a fact, but if you see it played out in a myth, you experience its truth before you judge it. Peterson's use of stories isn't about nostalgia or romanticizing the past. It's about giving you maps that have lasted centuries. If an idea has been told, retold, and survived in human culture for thousands of years, there's probably something in it worth paying attention to. This book asks something risky of you. Beyond Order doesn't want you to just clean your room. It wants you to step into territory that's messy, unpredictable, and potentially dangerous to your comfort. It asks you to confront resentment instead of letting it fester. Question the ideological bubbles you hide in. Speak truth when it's easier to stay silent. Rewrite your own story when the old one no longer fits. And here's the risky part. Once you start doing this, you can't go back to pretending you don't know. You can't unsee that your bitterness is eating you alive. You can't unhear the voice telling you that the safety you've built is actually a prison. You can't unknow that you've been outsourcing your own courage to someone else. What you'll struggle with, if you try to live by the spirit of Beyond Order, expect resistance mostly from yourself. One, fear of chaos. You'll tell yourself you're just being responsible, when really you're avoiding the discomfort of growth. 2, fear of order. You'll swing too far the other way, chasing novelty, change, and reinvention without anchoring yourself in anything lasting. 3, fatigue. Balancing order and chaos isn't easy. It's ongoing work, like keeping a house clean while it's being lived in. 4, isolation. When you start telling the truth, people used to your silence might not like the new you. Some will leave, but the ones who stay will know the real you. The courage to see and speak. One of the most transformative ideas in Beyond Order is that truth isn't just a personal virtue, it's a survival strategy. If you lie to yourself about your marriage, your finances, your health, your habits, or your dreams, reality won't adjust itself to your story. It will come for you eventually, and it will be brutal. Peterson insists on telling the truth precisely, because it forces you to face reality sooner, when it's still small enough to handle. That might be uncomfortable now, but it's merciful in the long run. And yes, truth will offend. Not everyone wants to see what you see. But that's not your problem to solve by silencing yourself. Beauty as a survival tool. A surprisingly tender through line in the book is the emphasis on beauty. Peterson isn't talking about luxury or vanity. He's talking about the kind of beauty that makes you feel the world is worth engaging with, a clean and inviting home. Art that stirs your soul, music that makes you feel less alone. When life feels unbearable, beauty can remind you why you bother enduring it. That's not decoration, that's fuel. Responsibility as opportunity. If 12 Rules for Life pushed you to take responsibility for your own mess, Beyond Order expands the scope. Look for what no one is taking responsibility for. That's where the highest leverage lies. When everyone else avoids a hard task, steps back from a problem, or ignores a broken system. That's your chance not just to prove yourself, but to genuinely make things better and in the process become someone worth being. How to actually use this book. If you close Beyond Order and say, "That was interesting, nothing will change." If you close it and pick one uncomfortable truth to act on, everything could. Here's a simple way to apply it. 1. Pick one rule that hit you hardest. 2. Write one sentence about how it applies to your life right now. 3. Take one action, small but real, within the next 24 hours. Then repeat with the next rule and the next. By the end of the year, you'll have lived the book, not just read it. The real end game, becoming who you could be. Every page of Beyond Order points to one final truth: you are not yet who you could be. That's not an insult, it's the most hopeful thing you can realize. It means you're not stuck with the person you are now. You can be stronger, wiser, braver, more loving, more skilled, but that future version of you won't appear out of nowhere. You have to build them in the tension between chaos and order.